A diary discovered in Tennessee is shedding light on a little-known Australian link with the US Civil War. 150 years ago, the Confederates States Ship Shenandoah pulled into Melbourne, causing quite a stir. Now, the State Library of Victoria is seeking public support to buy the diary of one of the ship's officers to add to its collection on Victoria's rich history. Karen Percy reports.
It was January in 1865 when the Confederate States Ship Shenandoah sailed into Hobson's Bay. It docked in Williamstown, in need of repairs and restocking, after months chasing Union whaling ships in southern waters.
The officers were just amazed by the size and scale of the city and the beautiful architecture, the streets and the welcome. That was certainly something they didn't quite expect, but they were completely blown away when they came to Melbourne.
The Civil War visitors prompted much excitement and Melburnians clamoured to be invited aboard. The town of Ballarat hosted a gala ball for the officers. Not everyone was so enamoured with the ship. It attracted the attention of the Parliament at the time, and the US consul tried to have it impounded. The Age newspaper described it as a marauding craft and its crew a gang of respectable pirates.
There were lots of Americans on the goldfields in Victoria, some pro the Confederacy, some pro the Union. So there was a lot of internal debate.
When the ship departed 3 weeks later, there were a few unexpected inhabitants.
The pilot had no sooner left the ship than stowaways began to make their appearance. 40 blushing, timid, unassuming-looking fellows stepped up to the grog tub.
They were stowaways in a very loose sense that the officers didn't want to acknowledge their existence, but they desperately wanted the labour.
The State Library of Victoria is purchasing the diary of Lieutenant Debney Scales, discovered recently at an auction in the US state of Tennessee.
This is a young man at sea, at war, quite aware of the rules of war, the rules of engagement, and his diary has many very touching moments. One that stands out is the fact that when they were up in the Bering Straits, his birthday was celebrated, and he notes that this is the first time that anyone has ever celebrated his birthday.
This diary is remarkable. It really fills out the story and the narrative of the Shenandoah from people who were on board.
Thus far, since we left Melbourne, our course has been very monotonous. We have not seen a single sail since losing sight of land.
The Shenandoah was a highly successful raider ship for the Confederates, sinking 38 Union vessels. Ultimately, it was forced to surrender and has the distinction of firing the last shot in the conflict. All these years later, it's being remembered still on this distant shore. Karen Percy, ABC News, Melbourne.